So you and Mom decided to serve a mission in your retirement.
Yeah.
Can you tell me about how you arrived at that decision and what that was like?
Okay. So we watch General Conference every twice a year. They comes up, in the spring and in the fall. And so as we watch all these conferences, we listen to various speakers, apostles and other members, high members of the church talking from Salt Lake City. And the whole weekend is filled obviously with it's a Saturday and Sunday, and there's like 6 hours of really good talks and hymns and inspiring stuff to listen to. So I remember once I had a meeting with a bishop of mine, and he said, "You guys ever think about going on a mission?" And I kind of said, "Yeah, we sort of are thinking maybe down the road." And it was at one of these, it was much later than that, maybe a year later than that even, where we were sitting and listening to one of these conferences, and one of the speakers was saying, "We are in need of senior couples on missions. Senior couples has a very special spirit about them and a deeper knowledge of the gospel and more maturity that they can share with people, all over the world." And so we're asking, there's a great need now for missionaries, senior missionaries, if you can possibly work it out financially or if you're physically able to, offer yourselves up to go on a mission. You can decide that there are options. You can go for different lengths of a mission and different places. Sometimes for younger missionaries, they could be going anywhere in the world, but seniors, have a voice and to ask to be sent to a particular area. So I felt very touched during that meeting. I felt that he was talking directly to me, although it was a talk given to the general audience. I was sitting in my living room at home listening to this talk, and when the talk was over, I just felt it was like a personal witness to me that it's time. And so I looked over at Narda when that conference was over, and I said, "Guess what? We're going on a mission." I do a lot of guess whats. This is where we're going to live. But that was a guess what. We're going on a mission. And she was totally surprised by my reaction. And I said, "It'll be fun. It'll be good. It'll be a good experience for us. And how long do we want to go?" And so we checked all that out. And we decided that a year and a half, an 18-month mission would be a good mission to go to. And so there was a bit of a debate where we should go and where we would finally be placed in Arizona. We had mentioned that we owned some property in Arizona, a trailer that we're in now, and maybe we could work out of that. And so, when we finally got called, it was in this area that we were able to live in a trailer that we have been coming as snowbirds for the winters, but now for 18 months. So we never experienced a Arizona summer till we had our mission here. Mm-hmm. Boy, it was hot. Mm-hmm. But anyhow, so we really enjoyed our mission. I shouldn't say it was totally enjoyable. It was stressful a lot of times. It wasn't, I wouldn't say it was an easy mission. We were contracted by our mission president to visit all the less active people who hadn't been out to church for a long, long time and had just quit coming totally, to visit them and try to get them back into the church and come to enjoy the saints and the meetings. So that was divided into 9 months in one area, so the Sun City West, and then the second area was Sun City, which is divided by about 8 miles apart. It's all in the Sun City, Arizona area.
And what the kind of work you were doing was just like visiting with existing members of the church?
Yeah, we visited with existing members for a little bit too. Yeah, but especially the less active people who hadn't been coming out, right. And that was our goal.
What was one of the most meaningful experiences from your mission?
Most meaningful, there's several. The most, we met a couple who were, only the husband was listed as less active, hadn't been out for a while. When we visited them, we found out that the wife, wasn't part of the member of the church at all. He hadn't been out of church for maybe 15, 20 years, totally separated. So we end up having many meetings with these people, and we kept asking for visits, and they would allow. They were pretty nice people. Eventually, he was humble enough to, to think about coming back to church. But in the meantime, we were teaching his wife. We taught him basically all the lessons that missionaries normally teach. But we, as senior missionaries, were not allowed to have the final baptismal interview. And so the young missionaries that were in the area did that. And so we got her to the point that she was really believing and thinking of being baptized. He wanted then to return with her. And we explained about going to temple and being sealed. He had a sealing with his wife that was had to be canceled, the original sealing, because they had separated long ago. Mm-hmm. And so they eventually went to the temple. We went with them. It was awesome.
Nice.
The other thing is that there was a temple, the Arizona Phoenix Temple was being constructed here during the time of our mission. We were able to act as tour guides for that. It was really awesome. We also became part of the Saturday night celebration, I guess is what you call it, where they're singing and dancing and everything in Arizona. And President Monson was attended as the presiding, he was president of the church. Mm. And so we were part of that gathering as well on the Saturday night. Yeah. And yeah, that was really special.